Welcome back to Talking Fitchburg. It's now time for your update from the City Administrator, Chad Brecklin. Chad, welcome back. How you doing, sir?
Good, Jeremy. How are you today?
I am doing wonderful. We're going to get kicked off here. We have elections coming up, so we have a primary coming up here as we're about to tape this.
Yeah.
But we're really getting ready here for the big elections coming up in April. But nevertheless, what would you want folks to know here as we go into the election season?
Elections are just starting for the year. We've got a busy year here in the city, as well as obviously locally and through the county and state and national elections. We do have a primary for a circuit court judge role on the February 17th ballot here in the city of Fitchburg. Polling locations, as always, are open 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. There is a new polling location at the Hostahoche, which is on Traceway Drive. That polling location serves a number of our residents who live in the Fish Hatchery corridor, roughly north of High Ridge Trail or so. I would encourage anyone who is curious where their polling location is to go out to the website myvotewis.gov, I believe. And then there were also some polling location changes on the west side of town. I think it's wards 19 and 20 were relocated from Fire Station 1 to Blackhawk Church. And anyone who has previously registered to vote and is affected by any of the polling location changes should have received a postcard within the last couple of weeks from the city notifying them of that polling location change. But again, the best resources are always the myvotewis.gov site. And then, of course, there will be an April general election, likely a primary of some sort in August. And then, of course, there'll be some additional general election, governor namely, in November. So, again, a busy year.
All of that information at our website, fitchburgwi.gov. There's an election page that has it with the information to go to the MyVote website as well. Chad, you hit it. You got it all in.
Thanks.
That's good stuff.
I try.
Over to the newsletter, the city of Fitchburg. And we launched a newsletter. The Fitchburg Connect went out, and I think we're off to a good start.
Yeah, the inaugural issue of the e-newsletter went out, to your point. It was the first newsletter that we had done electronically. I want to give you and your communications team some significant props for getting that put together and distributing it to our residents via email. I would encourage anyone who may not already be signed up to please sign up for that. I think it's one of those things that will help improve awareness of what's happening here in the community and more specifically local government here at the city of Fitchburg. It's a good way just to stay informed, if nothing else.
Definitely a good recap. So we've got so many different ways to get information out to y'all, but it kind of summarizes what is out there, and our goal is to get those, so you can find those resources. So we encourage feedback too. There's a survey at the bottom of there. Take that survey so we know how you feel about it, and if there's something we can add to it, we'll add to it.
Yeah.
Or we'll try.
Exactly. Feedback is welcome, and we'll look to evaluate any of the feedback we see and make any enhancements to that newsletter that are appropriate. We know that it's going to be obviously an evolution, and the first one rolled out, and it's unlikely that we've hit it out of the park entirely with.
What are you talking about,
one,
Chad?
so,
that one was a home run.
Yeah, I'm sure it's a triple if nothing else.
Oh,
yeah, yeah.
All right.
Maybe even a home run, just not a grand slam.
Oh, look at this guy. Pitchers and catchers reported today, too, so he knows what he's talking about.
Yeah.
All right, moving on. Summer employment at this time of year, too, as we get gearing up for the summer, those summer employment positions open up. What a great way to kind of get yourself involved in local government and all the different types of operations we have going on here.
Yeah, it is a great opportunity for folks who are looking for some summer employment. Think high school kids, college students on break. Maybe even a retiree who's looking for something to do during the summertime. There are a number of options here in the city, and all of those job postings just went live recently on our website. So it could be things in like our parks maintenance department for mowing and landscaping work, engineering intern opportunities or other internship opportunities in the city. Our rec program always is looking for assistance during the summertime. So there's all kinds of different opportunities out there. And of course, there's year-round ones like paid on-call firefighter as well. So would encourage folks to take a look at our website under the Human Resources section. I think there's a specific click for job openings and see if there's something out there that might interest you or somebody you know.
Absolutely. And you can see it's cool too on that page. They got a nice breakdown of kind of what the city's about, the culture and everything else too. So if you're just even curious about what it's like to work at the city of Fitchburg, it's a great resource there, certainly.
What is it like to work at the city of Fitchburg, Jeremy?
Well, as I say, Team Fitchburg, we have a blast here. Just saying. But who's it for me to say? I'm on TV. I've been talking about Fitchburg all the time. So, maybe that's somebody else. Well, we just had the mission and visions,
Yeah.
So truly, I mean,
Right.
if you watch
I-
that's how you know what's going,
Yeah.
what the employment's like here
Right.
for those folks. But
Had a great crew.
nevertheless, the housing plan, we're hard shift here. Housing
Yeah.
plan is out there.
Right.
A great opportunity for folks to kind of know how we proceed in the housing, kind of looking into the future. First off, what is the housing plan, and
Right.
how can people get involved?
So obviously we know that housing supply in particular has been a bit constrained over the last number of years, which is creating for significantly increasing home values, and it's also making it more and more difficult for folks who want to buy a home, for instance, to be able to do so. And just in general, there is an overall lack of supply of housing units, whether that is ownership or rental housing units here in the city of Fitchburg, as well as the Dane County region as a whole. So this plan was first developed, I think, in 2019 or 2020, somewhere right pre-COVID, if you will, and was due for an update. So we've worked with a housing consultant to evaluate the current plan and offer recommendations for the plan update. And the draft plan has been released for people to take a look at. There's an opportunity for people to share any written feedback they have with our housing initiatives and programs specialist, Lorene Gage. You can email her or otherwise reach out to her by phone and share any feedback you may have with her by February 20th. And then there'll be a presentation on the housing plan itself at the Housing Advisory Committee meeting, which I believe is going to be held March 2nd at 4 p.m. So anybody that has any sort of interest in housing in this housing plan, I would encourage them to attend or otherwise participate in that meeting, and certainly watch it if they're unable to participate for whatever reason. And then finally, the Community Economic and Development Authority, CEDA, if you will take up the plan at its March 26th meeting at 7 a.m. And then finally, it will come to Common Council at their first meeting in April, is what we're anticipating. So,
Fantastic. Yeah, you can follow along. So you're going to see it go through some committees, as these plans usually do. So you can see where it was referred out to. But nevertheless, we'll have that coverage for you. And yeah, reach out if you got any questions. Definitely reach out. It's your plan as much as anybody else's
Absolutely.
plan, so we want to get that information. As we wrap up our last part, we want to get some development information out when we get you here. There are a lot of things happening, as if you haven't seen from our council recap to doing this update and beyond. One of the things we pointed out in the newsletter is this great website and great mapping system, GIS. You can break that down for us in a minute.
Geographic Information Systems.
Look at this guy over
There you
here.
go.
Development Application Viewer is the part that we want to talk about. So if you were just in general curious about what is going on with development in the city of Fitchburg, I call this portal, but I would say this is a great way of kind of seeing there's a lot of things happening.
Right.
But just to help people understand what that is set up to do.
Yeah, it gives people a bird's eye view, if you will, with a map of Fitchburg and respective dots that identify projects that are happening and are currently going through the planning process or approval process and or in various stages of construction. And you can simply click on that link and get some basic information about that particular project and where it might be in the development approval process. And it is just a good resource that's available for anybody who's just curious what might be under construction or under remodel or being built as they're on their way to the grocery store or to work, or just as they're walking around in their neighborhood or biking through the community. So and I would encourage folks, as we had talked about with the e-newsletter, there is a section on development that is in that newsletter with a link to this particular map that we're talking about. But you'd mentioned there's a survey component to the e-newsletter. If there's a particular development that folks have an interest in, let us know, and then we can talk about it a bit more in detail here on this show, and share more information that we might have available on any particular development project.
You could have another show on here, Chad. You could go up to 3 shows. Do you think you can handle that?
I'm not sure that the viewers would want to see me 3 times in a month. So that, I think, would be more of a concern.
We're going to leave that one alone.
So, yeah, right.
Either way, again, check the website, fitcherwi.gov is where you can find that information. And the newsletter, we did share the link to that page. And, yeah, you can get in there, see even what the buildings look like, too, by just clicking on. There's some materials pieces within those, if they're in there. They might not be in there right away, depending on where the project is. But, yeah, it's good stuff. All right, well, Chad, you've done it again. Appreciate the time as always.
Thank you.